Welcome to RMTV. I'm Shannon Bushman. I'm your host, and this is the Restaurant Marketing Show, and I have Mr. Jimmy Nichols here, GKIC Marketer of the Year. Now, if you don't know what GKIC is, that is the Glazer Kennedy Inner Circle, and all that really means is Jimmy really knows what the hell he's talking about. So I'm really proud to have him on here. Jimmy, you're my very first interview for the whole show. We were just kicking this thing off, and I really appreciate you coming on.
No problem, man. I'm glad to be here, and I know you're in the restaurant marketing niche, which is a niche that needs a lot of your service. So I'm glad to be here and help any way I can.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, they do need a lot of help. When we look at businesses, it seems like restaurants they have like everything else going for them, and then they just don't know what to do marketing. They're standing there with their hands up, going, what am I going to do marketing? How am I going to get some more people in here? And how am I going to get them to come back more often? They seem to be at a loss, revamping the menu, no brainer. They do that day in and day out. But when it comes to getting a few more customers in the door, they seem really lost, and they're so hammered with so many different kinds of phone calls. Everybody and their dog calling them up and trying to get them to buy SEO services or trying to get them to buy a mobile app or something like that. And we're really trying to help them get the real deal doing so they can really survive. I just hate it when I see so many of them become another part of a really gross statistic.
Right.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what's your favorite restaurant? I know you're in Connecticut, so let me put you on the spot, and you'll have to pick one down.
My favorite restaurant is a little Italian restaurant called Tony D's in New London, Connecticut, and there's a few reasons why I love going there. First, the owner typically comes over and just makes you feel like $1 million, and that personal service is always what I like to see in any business, never mind a restaurant. But it's always just nice when I bring clients in or my family or friends, and he just treats you, like you're the man, and on top of it, the food is unbelievable. So that's always good, and the prices are not cheap, but they're not extremely expensive. So it just works. I just feel at home there. They bring in entertainment on Saturdays. A guy that does all kinds of different music, and it's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun to go there.
Is there anything like he does marketing wise that like really stands out? I mean, I understand the personal part's great. I mean, I call that unique marketing, right? I mean, he's making a big chunk of his marketing about him and you getting to know him.
Absolutely. So, ironically, he doesn't market at all, and his business suffers from that. So, while it's my favorite business, it could certainly be improved tremendously with some strategies that could easily be implemented. But he just chooses not to do so. So,
do you have a particular night of the week you like to go there because you get all the personal attention because it's slow, or?
No, but mainly the Saturday nights is he brings a special entertainer in every Saturday, and then he also brings them in on Thursdays now too. So we checked out Thursdays. So by having that consistency, you're knowing what you're going to get type thing, and it's an amazing experience outside of just the food. That in of itself, I guess you would consider is certainly a form of marketing, even though he's not really doing a lot of outbound marketing. Or, I'm always a big fan in restaurants of memberships, of, be part of our platinum club where, you get X amount of discounts or, special nights that only you can come to. Those types of things would just be something that, if I ever own a restaurant, I would definitely implement that one. Make sure that's one of our many strategies that we do. But what's your thoughts on the membership? Getting some continuity into a restaurant.
I'm a huge fan of loyalty. I call them loyalty programs in general, but they come in a bunch of different flavors. They've got everything from the let me punch my card 10 times for buying a sandwich here to join the VIP club, and you get really special deals at certain times of the year. We actually throw parties that are really just for our private members, kinds of things. So they come in a lot of different flavors.
Exactly.
So let me ask you, you mentioned it. If you were to ever open a restaurant, what would you do? I mean, I'm sure the very first thing you do, you probably wouldn't even get the menu down, and you'd be like, I'm nailing the marketing. I'm going to fill this place up, and then we'll figure out what to feed these people.
Exactly. So obviously, taking care of any customers that come through the door and capturing their information is number one. So, having systems in place to get email addresses, to get phone numbers with text messaging, if they want to go and give you their phone number. A lot of restaurants, go, I don't like getting text messages. Well, that's fine. You don't like it, but you could use this as a tool in your business that can be proactively getting people in when you're doing special promotions or bringing in special entertainment, and it's a service to your customers.
You and I know the value of having a list, right? That all of my customers on a list so that I can communicate. But I don't think that a lot of restaurant owners understand the real value of that. I mean, if you came to them on the surface and said, wouldn't it be great if you knew who all of your customers are? They'd be like, sure, of course. But I don't think they really understand the value of collecting this list. Talk about that just a little bit.
Well, you may have heard in one way, one form of wording or another, that the value of any business is in the list. The gold is in the list. Once you build a list of loyal customers and loyal fans, they can become your sales force. They can be out there talking about, in your case, the restaurants that you're working with. They could be talking about how great of an experience it is and be your raving fans. And, it's not like many restaurants would have a sales force otherwise, out there, selling for them. But they certainly could if they have all these thousands and thousands of raving fans that are out there. So by having strategies in place and even the ability to intake the email addresses, the text messages, those sorts of things, it needs to be there. So, going back to if I had a restaurant, that would be like one of the first things I made sure that I would have. Also, have a review system in place to get reviews and also, be able to triage those reviews so that, the positive ones, you're asking those to go on to Google, Yelp, Yahoo, Bing, City Search, those types of websites, because what we're finding in the restaurants that we work with, and also with any business that we're working with, that the more reviews you have on Google, on Yelp, on these websites, the higher your overall search ranking is, if they're positive. It could also be negative. So in order to get those positive reviews, you got to make sure you're putting out a good product, good service, a good experience, good atmosphere, that sort of stuff. So, the list, reviews, also birthday programs, asking people when you get their information, ask, hey, what's your birthday, what's your anniversary? Because you can have an ongoing marketing system campaigns going to your existing clients, wishing them a happy birthday, a few weeks in advance, and we'd love for you to celebrate your birthday with us. If you come in on your birthday, we'll give you XYZ type thing, or during your birthday month type deal. You can have these systems in place. And also from an external standpoint, I know there's vendors out there that will market to people on their birthday or near their birthday from a cold list, that you give some sort of promotion to them to get them in the door. And you could do similar things on Facebook, in terms of targeting people on their birthdays to get that exposure and get them in as customers. Once you get them in as customers, they have a great experience, they're going to come back. And that's the key.
One of the things that I think, if you ask the typical restaurant owner, are you going to do all this stuff? They just, by now they're glazed over, right? All that stuff. How can I do all of those things? My take on it is, because I sign up for everything. I go to a restaurant. If they have any kind of marketing program, I sign up because I want to see what they're doing. And remarkably, even the ones that are like collecting information, contact information, they suck at it. They're
Right.
not good at it. So my response to that is, look, just do some of this stuff, and you're way ahead of anybody else, right? Start picking the things that you can do, but I agree with you. The most important thing I can do is connect with that customer via an email or some way that I can have an ongoing conversation with them over a long period of time, as opposed to hoping they come back so I can say hi to them when they walk in the door.
Right.
But then even the ones that I see that kind of do collect it, they sort of have this broadcasting mentality of here's the special of the day, and that's what they tend to send in their emails or their communications. I hate to say it, it's like spam, right? Here's our the special, the lunch special today is blah blah blah, and kind of give us a Nichols tour of what you think that communication style should be between the restaurant and the customers.
More conversational and more personal, and getting in maybe some things outside of the restaurant, even in terms of personality. I'm a big fan of getting personality into your marketing. So, you know, the customers of a restaurant would love to feel that connection with the owner of the restaurant or the chef or, you know, the team member, you know, spotlighting different people. A lot of times in a restaurant, the wait staff will be, you know, doing that as a second job type thing. So highlighting the great people that are at their restaurant, you know, they're doing more than just serving tables. You know, getting more personality into the marketing, and then maybe having some sort of offer on some of the messages. I mean, it's very common in internet marketing world to do, you know, 4 to 7 pieces of 100% value before there is any offer at all. Build that relationship, build that value up, and maybe it's you know, a recipe. There's a restaurant locally here that they'll do you know, like cooking classes where you'll actually come in and they set up in their restaurant an area that is set up for demonstrations and cooking, and now it becomes a whole experience that, you know, a couple can do together, or, you know, somebody single to meet somebody, that sort of stuff. Holding events at restaurants in terms of networking events. So now that it becomes more of just, you know, a relationship, you know, becomes more than just selling food and selling a product. You could be offering different value-added services so that you become top-of-mind awareness for, you know, a lot of other things besides just being a restaurant.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it has to be that much more personal connection thing on the email, even more so than it does in person, because it's that one way at a time problem, right? I'm sending something to you, and then you're going to sit there and think about what it is I sent you, and if it's the least bit spammy, you may never read another one. So I agree with you. It has to be some real value add. So you're thinking like profile my waiters, profile my chef, maybe shoot a little video of the chef cooking something and send it to people on email.
Big fan of video, because you do it once and now it can be leveraged over and over and over and over again. And on top of it, if you're doing short little video clips of you know, sample mini 2-3 minute clips of different dishes or whatnot, now you can tag those videos on YouTube, which you may or may not know that Google owns YouTube. So, you know, the more videos that you have out there indexed higher on YouTube will also help you with your overall Google rankings as well. And again, you do it once and now it can be seen over and over and over and over again by people.
What do you think about like the quality that those videos have to be?
At this particular time, I would say having good quality content, you know, getting some personality into the video if you can. We've seen great videos that are shot on an iPhone. You know, simple as that, the flip video cameras. You know, if you want, it would also too depend on your restaurant, on the experience you're trying to provide. You know, if you bring in some professional video services, we've seen just of effective videos, just a regular flip video camera compared to, you know, a full overall production. I would say if you can afford and budget for the professional production, it certainly would be very helpful to do so. But if you can't, you know, you got to make do with what you got, and you can start with just using your cell phone even, and easily upload those videos right to YouTube and be able to share them, again, with your network. If you have an email list, if you have a Facebook fan page, that sort of stuff. It now gives you a reason to follow up with your customers without having to sell them anything.
So something's better than nothing, but if you can afford the pros, always go with the pros, sure. And it always, yeah, I think you always want to kind of make it reflect you, right? If you're a casual place, the video should be kind of casual. If you are a casual place and you do stuffy videos, people might get the wrong idea about the kind of place you are, and then you're attracting the wrong customer. They get there, they're disappointed. It doesn't quite look like the video, vice versa, sorts of things. So, yeah, I agree. That's to me, that's probably the best bet, is to get something going and just be yourself. A lot of people are petrified of video, though. I'll turn a camera on somebody and they'll just freeze like deer in the headlights. In fact, when I talk to people about these interviews, some of them are like, "Can we just do audio?" And I'm like, "You're in the marketing business. Do video, right?" But it scares people.
And I would tell you, when I first started doing video a few years ago, compared to the videos I do today, it's completely different in terms of the product and how I am on camera. So all I would say is practice, and before you can be that star actor that you're looking to be, you got to start somewhere. So it's a good idea to start sooner than later. And you can remember, with this online stuff, you can always change it. It's not like we're running a print ad in the yellow pages and that's the ad we're stuck with for the whole year, or really forever if that book stays on that person's desk for forever.
That's a great point. So if I go, take my flip phone and go into the kitchen and shoot 10 videos, and in 3 months from now I decide that's not the quality I want to up-level my game, I just go into YouTube and delete them. They're gone. They're no longer there misrepresenting me. They're like if I put that bad ad in the yellow pages, it's stuck there all year long. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. So, in terms of being comfortable on camera, there are a couple quick tips I always give my clients is that think of the favorite person in your life that you love to talk to, and just talk to that person, and you will connect with your viewers in a different way than if you were trying to talk to 1,000 people. Just think of that favorite person. Might be a son, a daughter, a wife, husband, a best friend, best favorite client. Could be any of those people, and just focus in on that. And then the other big thing is, a lot of times if I'm just screwing up over and over and over again, I will leave the room, go for a walk for a minute, completely close my eyes, deep breath, and for me, it's music. It's a certain type of music, that song in particular, that gets me in the zone. And it's funny. It's Eminem's song, "Lose Yourself," which is it's a rap song where he's talking about you got one opportunity, one chance. And for whatever reason, I hear that song, it just puts me in the zone. So I'll play that, a little bit of that song, get pumped up, go in there and nail a video. So there's some different techniques you can do to just be comfortable on camera and try to get in the zone. And I tell people a lot of times, if you tend to talk with your hands, if you tend to smile, if you tend to do those types of things, and I see that you're not doing that in the video, I'll stop you and ask if I can coach you and see if we can get you to be more yourself and more relaxed. Because that, when you can be more natural, it just comes across so much better. You connect with so many more people.
Well, now one of the things I see when people do shoot a video is it kind of looks like it's like they're shooting a commercial, right? And that a commercial is sort of the broadcast medium thing. It's sort of, you're trying to get that ultimate message across in 30 seconds or less, and then you take that and translate it to the internet medium where you didn't actually go hire an ad agency to craft that message in a finely toned way, and then you shoot these videos. The other day I'm watching, when I won't call out the name, a restaurant in New York City that must have spent a fortune on this ad, but the message was just completely lost in this probably 60, 70 second long commercial-like video that they'd obviously hired a production company. I mean, they must have had dollies and cranes and the whole 9 yards out there to shoot this video. And I sat and watched, and I thought, wow, that looks beautiful, but I can't remember who you are, where you are, or what you're doing. So and they just did one. Right? They did the video, and so in terms of like the frequency and content and that kind of stuff, what do you recommend there?
I would say as often as you can. At the extreme would be every day, weekly, monthly at a minimum. And what you can do is let's say you want to spend a day and do 10 videos. Well, you don't have to release all 10 on the same day. You could spread them out over the next 10 months if you wanted to. But it's good, I would say, to do it as often as you can, but do them in chunks so that you're not taking every single day, time out of your day to do a video here, a video there. You can certainly do them all at once and then group them together and then submit them over time. And if that's something you're not, as a restaurant owner, you don't want to even be a part of, could certainly team up with some sort of vendor that could take care of that for you. And then the whole, how do you get that video out onto social media in terms of Facebook and Twitter and all that sort of stuff? Depending on the budget, like you said earlier, whenever you can hire the pros, hire the pros.
Right. And dribble it out there so that there's like a kind of ongoing conversation going with your customer base. So it's not like, here's the video. Boy, I hope that really rocks it for us. I see that quite a bit. It's kind of surprising that there's that mentality, but I think it comes from we do a Yellow Pages ad and we do a radio spot, and if we've got a huge budget, we did the television commercial, right? So they do one-shot wonders of all of those things and expect they're going to produce. And I think this kind of online medium, social media and all those kinds of things, begs a much smaller format, much more personal format, much more of a conversational format than here's our broadcast message to you. So yeah, frequency I think is probably the biggest key that you have now. But then that begs the question, where do I get all this content? What am I going to talk about? If I was really ambitious about this as a restaurant owner, I wanted to have like the video of the day. So I spend, I don't know, a month or something doing all of these video of the day type things to take care of the whole year. Where am I going to get that laundry list of topics to cover? That seems to be a difficult piece.
It depends. I mean, if you're going with that mindset that it's going to be difficult, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
But you could really, if you think outside the box, so many different ways you could do it. One, you could ask clients, customers, for video testimonials, and that could be a video each testimonial, and maybe they get a free dessert or something if they do a video testimonial, and you've got a flip video camera right there that somebody, the staff could be trained on how to just shoot a quick video testimonial. You could do, obviously, cooking of dishes, of showing what you're doing in the kitchen. A quick tour could be a video. You could do maybe like healthy dishes, how to eat healthy, even maybe at home versus coming to the restaurant, just to be of service to people, and how maybe you cook healthy, you have healthy dishes in your restaurant, or if you don't, then the good dishes that you're making. There's so many different topics that you can do if you just start thinking outside the box, and maybe it's a promotion, of a specific promotion. So I would just basically make a list, and also having client testimonials is huge. Video testimonials is huge.
Yeah, I think testimonials is probably the biggest bang for the buck. But if that's all you're doing, then it kind of would get old.
Exactly.
Yeah, you kind of do need to spice it up with the mix of different topics. Do a few videos on your employees. Do a few videos on the chef cooking something. Do a few videos of you off doing something in the community or at an event that you're at, and then do a few more testimonial videos. And
maybe it's also too like different drinks, signature drinks that you have, and beers on tap that you offer.
Yeah, there's nothing like making people's mouth water or wish they were with you, right? Create that envy. What am I doing sitting here? I should be down there where they're, having a party and whatnot. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting just trying to relate that feeling to people who are, you and I, we live in this marketing world where we tend to think in these terms, but if your real world is worrying about what the cook's messing up and what the dishwasher's not doing right, just trying to kind of get on top of all of this stuff is a bit difficult. So I know that you've written some books. You've got Small Business Marketing, The Ultimate Guide, and which, by the way, is Amazon bestseller. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I would, by the way, I loved your book, and I would highly recommend everybody go get that. It's a great place to start to understand what you really want to be doing with your marketing. And that's a huge service, by the way, because so many people are all about the craft of their business, the art of their business, and the marketing. I see this even with marketers. People who talk about marketing don't do a particularly great job of marketing their business because they're not paying attention to their own work. They're so focused on their craft. So I always recommend people understand a strategy, go get some books on marketing and kind of try to nail this down. But you've got some stuff on your website that's kind of some like freebie type things too. Do you want to talk just a little bit about that?
Sure. So the book you can get at jimmysmarketingbook.com. And, we're of the mindset to serve and build the relationship as much as we can first before we ask for any sort of money or anything like that, because we have to see if there's a good fit. And if our clients or a prospect don't agree with our philosophies, then it's not going to be a good fit. So we use it to help attract the clients that we want to work with. And, you could do the same thing in a restaurant in terms of maybe some sort of free giveaway, to get people in the door to start that relationship. I remember a local pizza place here, their signature was you would come in, be waiting for your pizza to be made or waiting for your dinner to come. They would give you a full slice of pizza for free while you waited.
Wow.
And people started talking about that, and it created a conversation piece. And it's the same type thing. It's that little bait, and now, instead of having, I got to go wait for the pizza, it was, I'm going to go wait for the pizza. No, I'm going to go wait for the pizza because they wanted the free pizza.
I've had a few customers that have the handed down through the family's secret recipe. And they're like, yeah, this is something, and I'm like, just give it away. And they look at me like, are you insane? We can't give it away. And I'm like, look, give the recipe away. Tell your customers who love that, here it is, go try to make it at home, right? Because that you've made this 1,000 times. They're not going to be able to do it the way you do it, right? No matter what, they don't have a hot enough grill or a hot enough stove or a something to really pull off your secret sauce. So ultimately, they're probably going to be sitting home eating it one night and go, nah, we have to go back and get the real deal.
Right.
It takes some convincing to convince them to do that. But once they realize they're sitting on this valuable asset that a lot of their patrons would kind of like to have, and they put that out as the freemium, right? Like, join our VIP club and we'll give you our secret sauce recipe. Their list explodes like instantaneously. Yeah. Everybody that has ever been coming in there for any period of time sees that and goes, yeah, I want that. So they join like immediately. And it didn't cost you nothing. I mean, seriously. Most of them are just afraid that some competitor is going to get their secret barbecue sauce or something and compete with them. And I think that's kind of one of those misnomer problems. But they're sitting on premiums that they can use to increase their marketing. You also have something. You have the ultimate. What do you call it? The Ultimate Marketing Success Kit.
Right.
Describe that a little bit.
So what it is basically we have a series of videos that go out online to our prospects over a couple-month period. And also, though, we send in the mail a package of a DVD, audio CD, step-by-step instructions on how to help identify your ideal client, how to develop the perfect life cycle of a customer. And it's me guiding you through that step by step. And then, at any point, too, there also comes with a 30-minute strategy session where one of our marketing specialists will go over, your own plan. And if that plan involves working with us to help you with some of this stuff from a fulfillment standpoint, we're happy to do so. But if it doesn't, that's fine, too. Our mission is simple, to help organizations grow and succeed. So we feel that if we're giving the Ultimate Marketing Success Kit, we're giving a great value to our prospects. And at the end of the day, If it leads to us working together, great. If not, we haven't lost anything but a few dollars and a little bit of time.
And that's kind of a great model. I mean, even for a restaurant, right? Find some way to offer more value than anybody would expect to be able to connect with them, right? And maybe, like you say, even if it's not a good fit today, maybe it's a good fit in the future, right?
Absolutely.
You're bound to come up with new products, or in the case of a restaurant owner, maybe someday you open another restaurant down the street. Your Italian restaurant today, but next year you open a Chinese restaurant down the block. You want to be able to invite your customers that maybe just don't like Italian, decided they're not Italian fans. You want to keep them on that list, and you want to give them enough reason to join the list that even something 2-3 years down the road might come of that relationship. Just don't wear it out in the meantime, and try to keep them informed and educated and maybe entertained a little bit so that they don't go away, so that at the day that you have something really valuable to offer them, they can take you up on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, hey, I really appreciate your joining me. This was just incredible stuff, and I'll let you go, but and I really say appreciate. I really do appreciate it. And to our viewers, if you would like a little bit of more info, go to jimmymarketing.com, and that'll get you started. And Jimmy here will definitely see what he can do to help you out. Thanks again, sir. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.